Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel for yet another video. This one is for true Windows fanboys and you will absolutely love this video. But before we start, just get to the comment section and let me know if you have ever searched how to make your Windows faster in all of your life. I'm pretty sure that I'm not alone in this one, and let us see how things turn up. The tips that I'm about to mention in this video are some basic yet important ones. And to note, I have also updated the Windows version in my laptop to the latest Windows 10 October 2020 update. Before starting, I'll also give an idea about how faster this makes your Windows 10s, so I'll just let you know my specifications. I'm rocking the 7th gen Intel i7 with just 2 cores, mated to 8 gigs of RAM. The storage duties are handled by a 1TB HDD and I've been using it for the past 3 years. Now without further ado, let's get started. This is the first tip and most of you would know this already. So temporary files are those files that are created when you use a software or app on your Windows. These temporary files are like cache files and you don't basically need them. So to delete them, go to Windows search and search for %temp% and open the folder. Now as you can see, I have 682 items which are just not useful. So just click Ctrl A and permanently delete all these files. Some files may not get deleted, but that is not a huge problem. Just make sure that you keep the count of temporary files below 50 or 20 at maximum. This will make your boot up and your Windows a little bit faster. Next up, most of the casual users do not know about this thing. Filling up your main disk is not a particularly good practice for your overall experience. The main reason for this is the fact that the operating system and its files reside there in the main disk. In Windows, this disk is mostly local disk C, and this also applies for both HDDs and SSDs. The main problem here is that the OS uses secondary storage devices like HDD or SSD to store some data when the RAM reaches its full capacity. This feature is technically known as paging in operating system. So just make sure that you have at least 20% free space in the main disk, which means you can use up to 80% of its full capacity, which is still a great thing to do. This tip might be hard on someone, but trust me guys, this does make a lot of difference. It is about keeping your desktop clean and minimal as much as you can. Having lots of folders, files, applications and documents on your desktop will undoubtedly slow your device. This is because of the fact that when you switch on your Windows and when it loads the desktop, it can take a lot of time to load all the files on the desktop. This eventually slows down your PC. So make sure that you have just maximum 2 columns of files, folders, applications and documents. Here in my PC I have kept it very minimal with just 4 or 5 files in the desktop. Next up, turning on your Windows PC every time is a very long, time consuming and resource consuming process. That is because when hard booting your PC every time, the operating system needs to load all the files from rest, and this is definitely a time consuming process. So there is this technique which has been there for a very long time that I follow, and try this out for yourself. If you're not using your PC for more than 20 minutes, put the PC to sleep. And if you're not going to use your PC for more than 2 hours, shut down the device. This is a very simple and neat technique to make sure that the device battery life and the performance is balanced. And this applies perfectly to most of the casual and some extreme users. Of all the 10 tips mentioned here, this one is likely to be the most effective one. Upgrading to an SSD from the conventional HDD has lots of benefits. Instantly you will be able to see a speed increase in common tasks like booting up your PC, opening files, folders and softwares. SSDs usually are faster than HDDs as they do not have any mechanical components and are likely to age much slower than a conventional HDD. And the investment that you make by getting an SSD now is worth all your money. Secondly, to an SSD, the other component which is worth your money and makes a lot of difference in speed is the RAM. RAM is one of the most important components in a PC as it does the task of loading whatever the hell it is that you run in your Windows. In 2021, it is recommended to at least have 8 gigs of RAM if most of your usage is around casual web browsing and entertainment. But as you can see with my PC, which has 8 gigs of RAM, only 4.1 gigs are available to use. So other than that, for casual use, no matter whatever it is you do, be it programming, development, gaming or production, 16 gigs of RAM is must in 2021. And if a PC or laptop has additional RAM slots, you always have the option to upgrade to even more RAM, and indeed RAM makes your Windows faster. Virtual machines are very popular in the Windows world. Basically, virtual machines are a technique to create and run instances of other operating systems in your Windows PC, which is otherwise known as emulation. Though this is an effective technique for developers, this usually slows down your Windows PC even when you do not run them. I have experienced it myself. Virtual machines always seem to slow down my PC. So make sure that you don't have any virtual machines. Another major cause for slower boot ups in your Windows PC and pretty average experience is because of the auto startup apps. These apps traditionally have the setting set as default to automatically start up whenever the Windows boots to the desktop. By doing so, the Windows takes a long time to get set after a hard boot. Some of the most common software includes the like of Steam, uTorrent, GeForce Experience and even Spotify. Thankfully, you can turn it all off in the settings of the respective software and make sure that you do it. You can also search for startup apps in Windows Search and then disable some official Windows apps to not start up. For example, you can disable Cortana, which I never ever have used since I started using Windows 10. Windows is all about software and applications, but too much of anything is not at all good. So just make sure that you uninstall the unwanted software and apps on your PC. Some of these apps might auto start up and some might even run in the background, costing you lots of RAM and speed, and you cannot do nothing about it. To uninstall these unwanted software and apps, just search for apps or remove programs in Windows Search. Then you can manually uninstall all the software and apps that you deem unworthy and unwanted for your own daily usage. Here just select the software or app and give uninstall. Some might not have the option to uninstall like Microsoft Edge, so you cannot do nothing about it. And also do not uninstall softwares like Synaptics Touchpad because those are very important touchpad drivers and you do not want to mess up with them. So just do a cross check before you try to delete the unwanted software and apps which you can. And once you are done here, go to the bottom of that page and click programs and features. Here we have some more softwares which might not have shown in the previous page. So just do the same here before uninstalling. And take all the time you have for this tip because this is kind of a crucial one for your Windows PC. The last tip for today is a very controversial one. This might also sound sketchy, edgy, but guys, let's face it all. We all know that it's always best to be updated rather than outdated. I'm currently running Windows 10 Home version 20H2, which is currently the latest one out there for Windows 10. The Windows update sometimes might not be good, but for the most part it does make a lot of difference and also makes the experience faster and better. So just make sure that you update all your software by searching for updates. In the updates page you can also get all the notifications regarding to OS updates, and it's also worthy to take a look at the optional updates because some like the keyboard drivers and network drivers, security drivers and touchpad drivers will be there in the optional updates, so make sure that you do them too. That's my 10 tips to make Windows faster, guys. And if someone knows any other tip or if you feel like that I have missed out on something, do leave a comment and I will maybe make another part 2 video for the same. Until then, stay subscribed to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Meet you all in my next one. Peace.